This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by GoDaddy. Coming up on Destructoid, Rayman Origins deserves your attention, Skyrim's getting some DLC, and the PS Vita gets more expensive by the day. All that and more heading your way on Destructoid Live. Hey there, welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville. What are you doing wearing a vest?
I know,
I wear the vest.
How embarrassing.
We both look like baristas.
This was actually not planned at all.
Yeah.
I came into work today dressed like a service industry person, and apparently Max had the same idea.
Hi, I'm Max Scoville. I'll be your server today.
That was awkward, but yeah. You want to tell them about the contest thing that we have?
Yeah, that's a thing we could talk about. I'm going to tease this a little bit.
We've gotten a lot of subscribers over the past few days, so maybe we should explain the live show thing.
This.
We have a live show every Friday. We always have a contest during it to give away.
This time, always. Today we've got this Skyrim hat, which is the official Skyrim hat given away by Bethesda at their booth at PAX this year. If you waited in line to play the game. I didn't have to wait in line because I work here.
But
we're giving this away. I've worn this a couple times, but really, why don't freak out about hair gel? This is going for like 90 bucks on eBay right now.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little crusty inside.
Yeah, well, you've touched it, so they sure as hell want it now. Then, of course, there's this authentic, genuine Argonian mask, which is absolutely licensed by Bethesda Softworks because it's totally a real Argonian mask.
He's lying.
I'm totally lying. We're going to tell you how to win those at the end of the show, so you have to sit here and watch us talk. But yeah, let's get into it. I don't know if you guys caught it, but we put up our Saints Row the Third review at about midnight last night. It's on our YouTube channel right here, and you can go watch that whenever, along with the playlist we put together of various Saints Row the Third videos, including one where I had to do a shot every time my wanted level went up while I was punching cops. I got drunk, spoiler alert. Now, while we're on the subject of Saints Row, I'd like to clarify something. Our review is a separate review from that of Destructoid.com, and as such, it should act as a supplement rather than a replacement. We don't rate the game on a scale of 1 to 10, we just tell you our opinions of it. We just kind of played it and we were like, we like it, we think it's fun. Furthermore, I should point out that Destructoid.com uses the full 1 to 10 scale rating system, where 5 is average and 10 is nearly perfect, not the other gaming sites.
Let's put it this way, a 7 from Destructoid is not like a 7 from IGN.
No, it's not. Jim Sterling gave the Saints Row the Third a 7 out of 10, which, if you're not paying attention, it's not a bad score. It says very
right
good.
There.
Very good.
Well above average.
And Jim's known for being harsh. Tara and I both personally really like the game, and I came in with a lot of expectations from playing Saints Row 2. It was just not what I expected. I still love it, but it's, we didn't give it, 15 A+ thumbs up out of 5 100% gold stars. That doesn't mean we don't like it. Just
honestly,
rating systems are stupid.
Reviews are a subjective thing. You try to remain as objective as possible, but everybody has preferences, so that's the way it is.
That's what they are. Now, enough about silly things like review scores. We've got a very, very serious piece of news for you. It looks like the Japanese version of the game is going to be slightly censored, and the penetrator weapon, which is the giant purple dildo. Yeah, we have this professional grade replica to demonstrate. In all other versions of the game, the weapon it flops around all willy-nilly like so, as you can see. It's very realistic physics. It's got its own set. In the Japanese version, though, they want to keep it like straight. They really are trying to keep it rigid and hard like that. And also the veins on the side here, as you can see, they're taking those out because apparently
those veins again?
Yeah, you can see them. They're right up and down here. That's what's going on. But that's Japanese censorship for you. Their version is going to be just hard and stiff and smooth. But yeah, you can show cartoons of a 12-year-old girl getting ravaged by a tentacle monster, but heaven forbid you forget to blur out that tuft of cartoon pubic hair.
Well, it is rather offensive.
Hey, it's America, though. We practically had a state of emergency when Janet Jackson flashed her tit at the Super Bowl, so go figure. Everyone's all weird on this stupid planet. Now, Tara's going to talk about something else right now. I am going to go onto the internet chat room on our computer that we have here, and I'm going to talk to you guys. So if you have any important questions about purple dicks or Saints Row the Third or puberty or dating or home repair or reptile grooming or whatever, I'm going to be in the chat, so just type stuff.
Max is an expert on puberty dating. So while Max and I have been busy slaying dragons and bludgeoning people with giant purple dildos all week, Destructoid's Conrad Zimmerman was hard at work reviewing Rayman Origins. Now, if you've ever played a Rayman game before, then you know that it's heavily rhythm-based, and when I say that, I don't mean that it's a music game, I mean that finding and maintaining a distinct rhythm is often the only way to get through certain areas. In this one, you start the game off with the with only the ability to run and jump, and then you learn new abilities like attacking, gliding, wall running, and swimming throughout the course of the first half of the game. Conrad praised it for its expert stage design, adding that it has some of the most gradual difficulty progression he's ever seen in a game, which starts out so simple and ends so challenging. Even with the game's difficulty, though, your frustration is mitigated by the fact that there are no lives or anything to worry about. When you die, you just return to a checkpoint, which he says is usually no more than a few seconds before where you died. There's also a drop-in, drop-out co-op mode for up to 4 players, which he says is fun, but can get a little chaotic at times if you've got 3 or 4 people in there. There's also a ton of challenges to complete, even after you finish the main storyline, and a few unlockable stages thrown in there as well. The original Rayman is one of my favorite puzzle platformers of all time, and it seems like Rayman Origins has kind of taken that nostalgia and parlayed it into something that does the series a whole lot of justice. Conrad gave it a 9 out of 10 overall, calling it simply one of the best 2D platformers of this console generation. You guys can go read his full review on Destructoid.com right now. I suggest you do. I will say, however, that it's kind of a shame that this game had to come out at a time when it's probably likely to be overshadowed by games like Skyrim or Assassin's Creed or Modern Warfare. That said, it's so different from everything out there right now that I don't think it'll struggle too hard to find its own audience.
It's a really good game. It's not really my speed. I'm not really into Rayman. I kind of like the super high graphic-y, obnoxious modern games, but Rayman Origins is, it looks like a fine piece of work, and everyone I've talked to is like, that's a good game. So don't ignore it, guys.
I haven't read a bad review of it yet, actually.
We've got some questions from the chat.
Oh, do we? Wonderful.
The Beast 2456 asks, what's your favorite dragon shout? It's a good question. I'm pretty partial to the Flame Breath. There's also a slow down time one, which is kind of cool.
I liked the, I think it's called the Whirlwind. I think it's the second one you get where you can just like press RB and then you just like swiftly move like 30 feet in front of you. That's actually really helpful for certain enemies.
That one does make you feel like you're in Dragon Ball Z, which is cool.
That's good for the ice trolls. Those things are deadly.
Milio Milo says, do you think that there could be a Modern Warfare 3, Saints Row 3rd, and Skyrim mix game called Mod Saints Room, because I seriously cannot choose between the 3 of them? No. No one will ever mod that because all of the people who like those different games hate each other. And it's like they'd be like the United Nations trying to make a video game. Let's see. Hey Max, can I get Saints Flow or the Bat from Firestorm 1616? Check eBay, but I think you'll have a hard time finding a giant 3-foot dildo bat. They specifically said that they had like limited quantities of these dildos, and they were like, we think Destructoid can probably do some stuff with that.
Yeah, and that we did.
I just jerked it off on live internet, so about that YouTube partnership. Okay, anyway.
I'm going to hop in the chat here and
You do that. Talk to Tara, or pay attention to me, whichever. So the PlayStation Vita is Sony's new powerhouse handheld, and it started out as a thing that I had convinced myself that I could afford because the base model was $250, which is totally reasonable for something that is that fancy. And that changed very slightly for me when they announced that the outlandish price points for the almost necessary memory cards, and now they're adding another small expense, just a little bit. It was announced early on that the Vita would offer support for the PSP's libraries of games, and today Sony made a good on that promise. Sort of. A program called the UMD Passport is going to allow players to convert their previously owned PSP games from their UMD format into a file that can be played on the Vita. UMD Passport is going to offer a selection of 200 PSP games out of I think the library is about 500, and they can be converted, but it's going to cost people money. Players will get a discounted price of $7 to $13 off of, what they already paid for when they bought the friggin' PSP games. Like, so you're paying to convert an existing game into a different format. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sony, but you're making me lose faith in the Vita every time you say anything about it. Yes, I want to own one. It's very possible I will try and buy one when it comes out, but I'm really not happy with myself for that. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it feels like going to the movies. You know, you fucking pay $12 and you sit there and you're like, that was a good movie, but I sure don't like paying $12 for it. So I don't like getting ripped off. What are they saying?
Somebody said that they want to lick you all over, which is flattering. And somebody's asking me to put on the hat. Caitlin likes food, wants me to put on the hat. The thing is, it might mess up my hair, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Just place it on your head.
So maybe you guys can get some of my hair in here and then clone me.
What a stupid hat I'm wearing. We look cool.
Wait, where the fuck? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so now Tara's worn it.
Smells like Axe body spray in
Sorry
here.
about that. My bad. It's a freaking barbarian hat, and you guys are like, it's got hair product in it. It's smelly.
Man the chat, Max.
Okay.
Those things are selling like hotcakes right now, so you
Yeah.
should be so lucky to get one. Anyway, if you're sad you didn't make it into the closed beta for Gotham City Impostors last month, fear not, because Monolith is planning an open beta for the game sometime next month, just a few weeks before it actually gets released into the wild on January 10th. Although the full title is for XBLA, PSN, and PC, the beta is actually only planned for consoles at the moment, and it's limited. So if you're hellbent on getting in, you should go to GothamCityImpostors.com/beta and sign up immediately. I actually applied for it myself this morning, however, there's no guarantee you'll get in. So, Monolith, if you're listening, hey there. Hey.
You look like a tawdry harlot.
Yeah.
Would you stop that?
I really
if you're
wanna
gonna
play
sexually,
Gotham City
if you're gonna
Impostors.
sexually harass somebody, sexually harass the internet, because that's what it's there for. I'm gonna take a word from our sponsor. How does that sound?
That sounds terrific.
Okay. Hey internet, did you know that signing up for things can be fun? It's true. On a whim, I decided to hop onto GoDaddy.com and buy a domain name. I paid $8 and I am now the proud owner of MaxScoville.com for the next year, which is literally just a picture of me in a bubble bath. Of course, if you're more interested in serious internet, then GoDaddy also offers secure, reliable web hosting without any kind of long-term contract. Their hosting plans offer 99.99% uptime, no annual commitment, and free 24/7 support, like actual human being support. About 5 hours after I signed up, I got a call from a GoDaddy support person who just wanted to make sure that everything was working for me. He asked how my day was. I said I was doing okay. If that wasn't enough, GoDaddy.com has got iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry apps that you can use to manage your current domains, as well as placing new orders from anywhere. Now, because you watch our awesome show about video games, you can have a super special GoDaddy.com cheat code. Just put in DTOID3 when you make your order, and any .com domain can be yours for a mere $7.99. So go check that out.
So the chat is scrolling pretty fast. We got a lot of people in here,
Yeah.
but Star Wars Freak, aka R2D2, asks, Max, will you and Jonathan Holmes make a baby, and what ethnicity will it be?
Caucasian? I don't know. That'd be a fancy baby.
Argonian.
Probably Argonian, yeah.
Argonian. Anyway, let's get back to the news. So it seems to be the norm these days to talk about DLC before a game is even released, but Skyrim is out today, motherfuckers, so I don't feel bad at all talking about this. Now, in case you forgot, Bethesda hinted about 3 months ago that any and all DLC for Skyrim would be released to Xbox users first, before anyone else, and Microsoft all but confirmed that today, adding that Xbox users will have the option to purchase DLC a full 30 days before any other platform. DTOID actually reported this as a possibility back in August, but if you're anything like me, you probably forgot amidst all the recent talk of vampire marriages and gay werewolves and fish species and all the ridiculous things we've been pimping on this show. Fortunately, the game packs so much content that I highly doubt you'll run out of things to do before the DLC arrives, but if you plan on finishing the game quickly and do want more, I sincerely hope you factor that into your decision of which platform to purchase it on. I personally will be gifting our review copy to Max, since he has had a boner for almost a year now for Skyrim, which is a medical miracle in and of itself.
I'm surprised I can form sentences considering there's no blood flowing to my head because of my raging Skyrim priapism.
But I'm going to be buying my own copy this weekend at GameStop, and I will be getting the Xbox version, needless to say.
Yeah, we
Not just for that reason, but because I like it.
There's that whole controversy of PC versus console versions, and
Yeah, what is up with you guys, like,
they're all
saying
video games.
Saying that we're paid to say that we're gonna get things on Xbox. That's not how this show works, you guys. It's not at all how it works, okay?
I have an Xbox, I bought it myself, and no one pays me to do anything.
Yeah, I just
Anyway, let's
play
have
a
some
lot of
questions.
Xbox.
Max Scoville, are you going to record yourself hitting people with the purple dildo? This is from P1 Victor. We're maybe planning on doing something.
I think
really
you're
want to hit
gonna
Hamza with
take
it.
a video of you
We're
with the
gonna
dildo.
do some kind
we don't
of
know
video.
what it's gonna be
We're gonna
yet,
do
or if it's
something.
gonna
I
be
don't
safe for work, but
I have my own YouTube channel for things that might get me in trouble on here. It's just Max Scoville, so if you're interested, I don't know what I put on there.
he responds to
Okay,
angry YouTube
I want to clarify
comments.
something. I got Nacho asked, Max, have you found Squid Bear yet? Guys, I don't think Squid Bear is in the game. Like, I don't know if you got that or not, but it's sort of a joke. It was kind
Maybe
of
his question was a joke.
Is it in there? I don't know.
It isn't.
It's a big
oh,
game.
wow, I'm getting confirmation that it is in fact in the game.
Yeah. I only have I only have 97% of the
Squid
game
bear
completed,
is a
so-
metaphorical creature.
We're
It
like
represents
troll news. It's
your love
ridiculous.
for Skyrim. There's a squid bear in all of us.
You take a question.
I'm going to take a question here.
Just pick one at random. Pick a good one.
Max is paid to be pretty. That's pretty
We're
true,
both
actually.
paid to be pretty.
Pretty true. Let's see here. Mr. GP International says, here's a question. Oh, God. Do you like to play more than one game at the same time, or do you like to finish a game and then move on to another game, or do you just play different games at the same time even if you finish the game? I tend to get a little ADD when I'm playing games, so sometimes I like to finish it. Sorry, my hair's fucked up from
You
that
have sex hair
hat.
right now.
I know, it's pretty awful. Yeah, I play a game for a long time until I get bored of it, and then I tend to move on to something else and come back to it later. So like Fallout 3, I had like a 3-month interim period there
I
where
kept going back to that.
Yeah.
Honestly, even when I was playing New Vegas, I kept going back to Fallout 3.
Yeah.
I was like, I finished the main campaign, I'm gonna play
I beat New Vegas before I beat Fallout 3, actually.
I still haven't beat New Vegas, because this fucking bees. But yeah,
Any more questions
we play
here?
video games for our job, so sometimes it's not always as fun as that. We don't even have the luxury, you know? Like, when it's like, here, take this game, go home and play it. It's like, okay.
Sometimes you gotta kind of rush through
I can't
things.
complain about that, because it's literally the best job in the world. I just jerked off a fake dick on the internet for fun, so whatever.
That'll reappear
Anyway,
later.
do we have any other questions? There was one that I liked. It was, let's see. Fear the Yoshi asked, are there any other colored dildos?
Like, in
There's
the
a
world?
there's a rainbow of dildos
buddy.
out there.
Oh, you're
There's
missing
a-
out, man.
there's a
you haven't
Hello
seen all
Kitty
the range
dildo
of
if you want one.
What the fuck is going on with my hair here? What have you done, Max?
I'm sorry, it's a cursed hat. It's
all that hair gel.
It's endowed by Daedric
shit
forces,
up.
okay? Anyway, this brings us to our show to the close. It's the end of the show. We made you guys sit through our stupid dick jokes to hear about how you can win our Skyrim hat contest. The Argonian mask. If you want to win the limited edition gift set of the helmet and the mask, I can't believe we're giving these away. All you have to do is make up a dragon shout, like in Skyrim, and tell us what it does. We all know that the whole, like, Fusroda makes a blast of unstoppable force or whatever, and there's a bunch of other ones. But we want you to make up your owns. Like, for instance, you could do, like, free pizza, and free pizza would fall from the sky. That's a stupid example that I just made up. But how you do this is you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/DTOID show, and you like our page. You say that you like us, and then you look for the status or the post that says, post your dragon shouts here. And then you post your dragon shouts and your explanations there. You've got until Sunday night at midnight Pacific time, and we're going to announce the winner on Monday's show. Now, unfortunately, this contest is for US and Canada only. I know we have a lot of international viewers, and I personally feel like kind of an asshole for snubbing you guys, because it is genuinely really cool that there are people all over the world watching this shit. But I swear we're going to work on some contests that are for everyone globally.
Also, just as a reminder, we give away codes a lot on the show, and those are always open to anybody.
Yeah.
So anybody can redeem those. We'll probably have one of those soon again. But right now, it's time for the weekend, Max, which means I'm going to go play Skyrim and Saints Row until my eyes bleed. As always, you can follow us on Twitter. I am Tara Longest. He is Max Scoville, and together we make up the DTOID Show.
The DTOID Show!
Well, we're going to be back next week in our regular format, which means full-length episodes, kind of like this one, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, although they won't be live.
Yeah, please.
Let us know what you thought of this week's format. It was just an experiment.
This was throwing a lot of shit at the internet and seeing what stuck, so tell us how you feel about that.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next Monday.
Yeah. Have a good night.